Harley-Davidson CEO is out. Jochen Zeitz is stepping down after 5 years at the helm in Milwaukee, and sure, officially it's a planned retirement. But let's not kid ourselves, this is somebody politely backing into the bushes before he gets a steel tariff to the face. Zeitz took over in 2020, which sounds like walking into a bar fight with a name tag that reads, "Hello, my name is Hit Me." By the time Zeitz arrived in Milwaukee, Harley's stock was down 50% from where it had been just 6 months before in 2019. But for a self-styled turnaround artist, that's kind of perfect. The market rebounds, Harley stock rides backpack, and suddenly you look like a genius. It's an easy win. He launched a 5-year roadmap called the Hardwire. And credit where it's due, there were some decent ideas in there. The Pan America was a legitimate leap into new territory. Employee equity incentives, forward thinking, and the Harley-Davidson Certified Pre-Owned program was smart, especially for riders who like bikes that are broken in but not broken down. But it also came with some real head scratchers like the LiveWire or canceling the only sub $10,000 motorcycle, the Street 500, at the same time that grocery prices were doubling. Did the Hardwire plan work? Well, Harley did see a bump in sales in 2021, but that was the same time Uncle Sam was sending out thousands of dollars to every man, woman, and child in the US. When the checks dried up and inflation took off, Harley's sales went down and down and down. According to Statista.com, Harley sold less bikes in 2023 and 2024 than it did in 2020 when Zeitz took the handlebars of the company. Meanwhile, LiveWire becomes a high-voltage albatross that nobody asked for. Yeah! And thanks to some low-effort internet outrage, Harley has been labeled as woke, which does not help with their core demographic. Rampant inflation, and suddenly a $30,000 Street Glide is harder to sell than a LiveWire. So after 4 years of shrinking sales, an aging customer base, and stock price that never quite recovered to pre-pandemic levels, that seat is probably getting pretty hot. And now,
I always say tariffs is the most beautiful word to me in the dictionary.
So with all this tariff talk, the EU is talking about retaliatory tariffs, and Harley's CFO says that a $30,000 road glide could cost $124,000 in Europe. That's not a price hike, that's a hostage situation.
All right, I'll watch the hallway. 1, 2. Come on, Mike, come on.
In 1983, Ronald Reagan listened to Harley-Davidson and enacted some short-term tariffs to fend off cheap Japanese motorcycles that were invading the USA. Today, nobody in Washington is picking up the phone for Harley, and the trade war, or whatever you want to call this, it's brought Harley's stock price lower than where it was when Zeitz started, making the last 5 years the corporate version of doing burnouts in your driveway. Make a lot of noise, make a lot of smoke, but you're not going anywhere. So Zeitz is out. Harley's hunting for a new CEO, someone who can modernize the brand without angering the base, grow sales while avoiding another trade war, and survive long enough to explain why would anybody want a LiveWire.